morning. Oh, today we thought we would go check out one of our little local festivals in the Fraser Valley, Fort Langley Cranberry Festival. So we're gonna head down there today and check out what it is. We are at downtown Fort Langley. Downtown, not really.
Right outside.
We're just
fort,
outside.
Fort
We're
Langley.
outside the fort, so there's the fence for the fort. I think we might have a peek in there a little bit later. Apparently, it's all free today for the Cranberry Festival. So we're gonna go down and check out the main event. We kind of snuck in the back roads because I used to live down here, so I had the inside scoop. So, and we are parking on the field out here, and parking is free as well. So,
Luckily.
So unless we were buying stuff, it's going to be a pretty free day.
Apparently last year they had roughly 65,000 people come through here.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big festival.
We might even pick up some cranberries and experiment with making our own cranberry sauce this year. It's a bit of a zoo here today. We're
A bit, yes.
yeah, we're just walking from where we parked, and we're going to go down to the main drag. We're going to check out what's going on at the fort. There's a museum down here. Historical Fort Langley. So we thought about bringing the dogs, and but it was there's gonna be a lot of people and a lot of traffic, so we'd rather not put them at risk. So they're staying at home for this morning.
Especially with Maddie probably barking at everybody to come and pet me, pet me, pet me.
Yeah, she gets a little excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure if it was the fort that was free or if it's the museum. So there's no information there, just basically advertised. This is the fort. So basically they've got the whole fort set up like it was back in the day. So we will wander down the parking lot here and check out, see what all these tents are about. So we got this bunch of tents and easy up set up, and it's all kinds of crafts, and there was one that said spirit, so we might check that out later. So they call this a maker's market.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, so there was a sign there earlier. So we got, this is the maker's market. Okay, got a little cafe bistro here. Might just pick up some.
You want to walk ahead?
Yeah. Maybe pick up some coffee later just to get warmed up. So it's a little bit of a crisp fall day. We get a little bit overcast. We had experienced temperatures down to 0 degrees. So we had frost on the ground earlier this week. And that's a new establishment.
I think that whole building is fairly new.
Yeah. Well, or an older building.
This is the new building here.
This is the
grocery
IGA.
store that burned down.
Yeah. And they built a new building right on the corner there.
I bought that. I want you to try something.
We got our antique store. Do we need any antiques?
Oh, the pancake breakfast over there, I'm guessing.
No, I thought the pancake breakfast was at the Lions Club.
Nope, that's where it is. Lions Club Pancake Breakfast.
Oh.
That's the lineup for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm good.
Right out in the middle.
good thing we had breakfast because that's the lineup.
It looks a few hundred people long.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Because I knew
Main
that
street is closed.
it's closed, yeah. And I kind of made that assumption. And this is actually the train station where my mother arrived in Canada. Well, arrived in BC.
It arrived here. Okay.
Yeah. No, she got on, took a boat across the Atlantic from the Netherlands, and she got off in, I guess, Eastern Canada. I have no idea where. Not sure if the ship went up.
That's a safe assumption, anyways.
I'm not sure if the ship went up the St. Lawrence or whether she got off in Halifax. So, anyways, from there she hitched a train right across Canada, and this is where she arrived. So they have some games set up over here. So Fort Langley is part of the Langley Township, and it looks like we have some vendors here with jewelry and whatnot. So we're just gonna head around this side. I think I lost Brent already.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. I thought you kept walking.
No.
We have some baked goods here. And then there's the Fort Wine Company. Oh, this is the fruit wine that I had tried before. Years and years ago.
And then they've got balsamic vinegar as well.
Yeah. So we'll have to maybe hit that on the way back. Their actual winery is down River Road a little ways. Hello to Barb. So this building is all brand new. This is the new building that they built. It's the one that there was a grocery store that burnt down.
I thought that was one block back.
It's right on the corner.
Oh, okay.
So this is right on the corner.
So it is a brand new building.
Yeah. So I think it took out a few extra stores too. Oh, and there's another wine tasting. We could be sloshed by the time we leave. Wineland dressings.
And I'm driving, so 6 is my limit.
Oh, they got some Chilliwack corn, Brent.
Brussels sprouts. All kinds of stuff.
So this is a bakery. It's called Bad Dog Bakery. It's got leavened bread, and it's just sitting here in the baskets. I'm just so used to seeing giant pieces of bread. So let's just have a look around here. So they have leavened bread and used organic grains. Found fudge.
This is my happy place.
Brent has many happy places, but fudge is definitely one for sure.
Creme brulee.
Oh no.
Rocky Road. Oh boy.
There's one infused with mint there.
That's mint chocolate. Oh boy, oh boy. Turtle cheesecake. Salted caramel.
I feel like Brent's in trouble.
Salted caramel.
Just then. I did a Brent just then. I pushed the button once and didn't look for the button numbers counting. So we have a group of gentlemen playing on. It's a true old-fashioned band. Got a drum and are we getting coffee, Brent?
Yeah, we need a new bag. I was just thinking something darker, a little kick to it. Just stopped at one of the little places called Roots and Wings Distillery. They had all kinds of different vodkas and rums and ryes. There was a double vice coffee infused vodka. We didn't pick one of those up. We've got one of the sample bottles. And Miriam tried one of the cranberry orange vodka. So we grabbed a small bottle of that and we're going to check that out. They're local, so if we like what we taste, we can go and visit their brewing room, which is probably about 10-15 minutes away from here.
okay. And you want what's in the sample pack? What was in the sample pack, Brent?
The sample pack is jackknife gin, the coffee infused vodka, Sidekick and Rebel, which are both whiskeys.
Okay.
And that's about all I know for now. I'll have to go to their website to find out more.
Did you get scared and run away?
It's just too crowded.
Yeah. So.
Lots of good flavors.
Yeah.
Around this side, just wait for the crowd to die down a little bit.
You think that's going to happen?
Probably not.
What's going on in there? Let's go check out Gasoline Alley. Like, here's some instruments.
Maybe your daddy can see
He didn't have breakfast this morning. Typically doesn't on Saturdays. He's not a breakfast guy. But he's spotted the food trucks, and they got the whole road lined with food trucks here. So we're gonna go see if there's anything edible. There's dim sum.
I was actually thinking about the dim sum.
Okay. Burritos, poutine.
What would you like?
I don't know.
Pretty good variety. We got fish and chips, mac and cheese.
Grandma's honey candy. Grandma doesn't have a huge lineup though, Brent. I don't know what honey candy is.
candy made from honey, I'm guessing.
They have prices on them, don't they?
70.
Pardon?
70.
Okay.
I haven't had moccasins since I was a kid.
Oh, you're thinking for you.
Well, for you or for me.
You have enough pairs of slippers.
For Adrian.
I don't. He's got huge feet. I don't think that would fit his feet.
Really?
We did the trek. We bought up some goodies and
Only one bag.
one bag. That's pretty good. Brent found some slippers. He wanted to buy moccasins. They were $70.
My size 80.
Oh, Brent's size would be 80. I was thinking for one of the grandkids, but that's
Those were 45. They had a
still.
little Superman logo in beads on the top of them.
Yeah, but I think Adrian would probably grow out of that pretty quick and wouldn't make it worth the while.
Right.
So,
But they would last.
they would last. And I guess we could put it on the baby that hasn't arrived yet. We don't know that it's arrived.
Yeah, I think she's like 4 or 5 days overdue.
Yeah, I think the original due date that they gave her was probably the right one.
Which I think was around the 14th of October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they moved it up to the 6th. So the 14th is on Monday, though.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Babies come when they come. And
Waiting to hear from you, Caitlin.
so even without a festival, this is actually a really cute little area with lots of unique little shops and stores. And I
And
thought
the historical frontage.
oh, here's that blacksmith bakery. They were
Yeah.
selling some of their stuff on the street. What would we compare Fort Langley to? Like the old style shops and... Well, we'll think on it and get back to you on that one. We have finished the Cranberry Festival in Fort Langley. Very, very busy. Lots of vendors sharing their wares, and we're just going to stop in here at Travelland to pick up some pull handles because ours broke. So today we're back in Fort Langley, and the sun is really bright there. Okay, that's better. So we did the Cranberry Festival a couple weeks ago, and Brent's off visiting his aunt who's not well. So I decided that I would take the day while he was out there and come back and revisit Fort Langley. It's still pretty busy. There's just no street vendors today. So we're standing beside the library, and this building here, just going to come out here a little ways. You can probably say you've seen it on one of many movies that you might have seen on Women's Network. So it is the Fort Langley Community Hall, quite often used as City Hall in some of the movies that I've seen on the Women's Network. So that is one of my games I like to play when I watch the cheesy movies on the Women's Network. I like them. My friend doesn't. And I often look for landmarks in the Lower Mainland, otherwise known as Hollywood North. So today there's an art show here. So there's the full front of the Fort Langley Community Hall. It was established in 1932. I think what I might do is maybe go online and see how many movies have bits and pieces. There's a church down the road that has, I know it was used in the first Air Bud movie. The little boys playing in the church in the ball court. So that was, I recognize that one right off. So I'm just going to turn the camera around in a second here. This sun's really bright today. Probably need to put my sunglasses on. So this corner, actually, there was a grocery store here before, and it burnt down. So they rebuilt, and the grocery store is now in behind. It was like an IGA or something like that. But I'm just going to turn around. So they rebuilt this whole corner into this massive building, but they still kept with the old style Fort Langley. Okay, so we are standing in front of the old historic Fort Langley rail station, and this would be, and I think it's the same building, I have to ask my mom, this would be when my mom arrived in British Columbia here at the Fort Langley station after traveling clear across the ocean, across the Atlantic from Holland, and then taking the train from, I want to say Halifax, don't quote me on that, all the way across to the west coast and arriving in Fort Langley, British Columbia, which is where the rest of my family was born and raised, here on the west coast. So the train tracks are, the main train tracks are over a little bit, but they just have this little piece that is no longer in use, just kind of ends there. So there's been a few upgrades since 1953, I would think. I think that's when, yes, 1953 is when Mom arrived in Canada. So, yes, my family is first generation immigrants. So, all myself and my siblings, we were all born here in BC. So, gotten back to the homeland a couple times, but last time I went was 5, so haven't been back since. My sister has, though. Okay, we're down at the Fraser River. This is just the channel. We have a kayaker, sorry, cruising through. He's just giving her. On the other side of the river here, well, this was more of a canal side of the river. There's an island over there, and I want to say it's Bray Island, but I will check that, make sure my information is correct. And there's an RV park over there, which we looked into getting into, but it's a little further away than we want to be as far as where our home base is. So this massive house that is up on the hill here is called Stock House. I feel like that has been under construction for quite some time. I feel like it was a year ago that we went for this walk on this trail, about this time of year. And it looks like the grounds are sort of done. It looks like there's still a lot of finished business out there. Okay, so we're coming up on some of the historic site pieces here. There was like the river people, so it talks all about the First Nations, and this is more of the First Nations story. So they have storyboards all along this trail. Wrigley, come on! And just to give people, you know, it's nice to take a little stop along the trail, read up on them. So they have notes about some of the trees that are growing along the path side. So that was called a winter banana, and so that's just an apple tree that, if you're not in the know of fruit trees. So yeah, a winter banana tree is basically an apple that grows late in the fall, and they're, I think, good for apple pies, and that's about it.